Testing 1, 2, right? All right, your first house, right? So I'm gonna give you a major description of like the big ticket items first.
Perfect.
And I'll walk you around and show you everything. And in the report you get, it'll be about 35, 40 pages of information that you'll be able to look back on to be able to remember what we talked about. It'll also be like every little detail that I went through while I was in here, things we may not talk about now. So if you have questions when you look at the report later, call me. All right. First point of interest is the roof, always. You always want to make sure. Roof looks fine, the shingles look fine. I think that at 12 years of age, you're probably looking at maybe 4 to 6, 5 to 7 years before you have to start worrying about replacing it. There's two things you need to know about that. When you have a roof that's a little older, you'll get insurance initially. Your insurance company is more likely to send you a letter about replacing the roof before the shingles actually have to get replaced. That's usually how it ends up happening a lot of times. I went up there and I was able to get on both sides. You have the first level on this side, on the north side, and on the south side. And then Renee was very nervous watching me from the street as I went up to the second level, which is something that I'm used to doing, but when people see it from the ground, it makes them nervous. You shouldn't be nervous about that stuff if you're doing it every day. Here's what I found. The shingles, I think, are fine. The way that they did the chimney, the flashing that they installed after the fact, it's not right, but I know why they did it, and it is doing what it's supposed to do. So my recommendation is when you read the roof section, you're going to read something about kick-out flashing is not properly installed. That's pretty much the terminology you read. The reason for that is because they did it after the fact, and they didn't want to start doing anything different with shingles at that point in time, and it could have been like 06, 07, 08, 09, I don't know when. But the roof did have a pretty substantial leaking issue where they had to replace roof decking over there at the second story. I saw it from inside the attic. That decking looks very good, meaning you haven't had any water penetration recently. Okay. That's really important. It's not leaking. I know a lot of people that live their lives by if it's